Professor Steve Austin returning for History 315 and the Week 5 overview. Today we're going to discuss Ronald Reagan and the conservative movement. Keep in mind, Ronald Reagan absolutely loathed Earl Warren and the liberal surge of the 50s and the 60s. Ronald Reagan dramatically opposed any and all things Great Society. Reagan had a very, very simple approach to how the United States would become the great power and overcome the Soviet Union. Number one, Ronald Reagan wanted to have the greatest military to oppose the Soviet Union everywhere. He was prepared to go further than even Harry S. Truman and the Truman Doctrine. The Reagan Doctrine will be about not just containing the spread of communism and confronting communism, but to reverse communism, to spend so much money and to oppose the communists so vigorously that communism will actually reverse and even collapse. Ronald Reagan will commit himself to both the Reagan Revolution and the Reagan Doctrine. Inherent in this Reagan Revolution, when he was elected in 1980, was a dramatic tax cut, a dramatic increase in the military, and he hoped to balance these two forces with ending the Great Society and ending entitlement programs. Unfortunately for Reagan, he could not restrain the growth of the entitlement programs, and the beginning of increasing deficits began. In terms of the Reagan Doctrine, many credit Reagan's vigorous confrontation and vigorous spending and vigorous attempts to reverse communism as a reason, of course, a few years after his presidency ended, the collapse of the Soviet Union and communism's retreat as the United States wins the Cold War.